One of the things I've heard a lot of ADHDers say is I'm utterly worthless. And it's really sad that people have that opinion of themselves, that they are so lost that they cannot see a way forward. And if you look on social media, there's all sorts of things about, oh, it's not burnout, it's dopamine addiction, and it's not procrastination, it's dopamine addiction. And you spend all your time in your room just playing games because you're addicted to dopamine. What a lot of utter rubbish. It's mainly because people are lost and they haven't got a way forward. They can't understand why they're here. And for young people coming in the world today, it's a very confusing place. There are so many mixed messages about what we should be, what we should be doing, who we should be worshipping. And most of it comes back to one thing: greed from people manipulating a system that raises the minority up and crushes those below, whilst keeping everything, all the money, all the energy and money flowing towards that very few. And people get lost and crushed in the system. To me, I am very lucky that I'm in a place that I have a house in one of the nicest areas in the world, that I have a car, I have food in my belly, and I'm lucky to have that. And I appreciate the abundance in my life every single day. And one of the first things I do when I get up and I open the curtains and I look up at the green hills and I listen to the birds singing, I think, thank God I am here. Thank God I have arrived in this place. And it struck me that I hadn't really been thanking God enough. And I think God thought so too, because there were signs that I should do a little bit more than I have been doing. And I'd also been beating myself up for being fairly worthless, because some of the things I've done in my life, I didn't deserve what I've got. I don't deserve what I've got, yet here I am. So somewhere along the lines, the sins I've been committed, the people that I've committed them on may not ever forgive me, but Jesus will. And I cannot spend the rest of my life beating myself up for things that I did. Now, I decided today to get baptised. No, I didn't decide today. I was baptised today. I decided quite a while ago on the back of the Alpha course I did at the All Saints Church in Taradale here to get baptised. And that baptism is an affirmation to me that I need to put the past behind me. There is more I can do to serve the community and God, and I can move forward from past sins. So part of that preparation was actually considering what I've done wrong over the 6 decades. And when I say I've done wrong, I'm not talking about stealing some sweets from a shop when I was 9. Although that is wrong, obviously. I'm talking about those things that I have done in the past that affect other people, that have hurt other people. And I've gotten to a place in my life where I was just constantly beating myself up for being this bad person that doesn't deserve what I have. Then the Alpha course came along. I went along to that and it opened my eyes. I thought I was a Christian. All these years, if you ask me, yes, I'm a Christian. I try and live by Christian values. But how can you live by values you barely understand? There was so much in my life that I haven't understood my purpose. And that brings me back to people sitting in their rooms on their games, who feel that life has no meaning, that there is no purpose. Why the fuck am I here? Great question. But you know, there's somebody you can ask. And it might seem silly asking at first, but then you get to a stage where you don't just feel that you need to ask. You have to ask. You have to give praise for your life, for it is a wonderful thing. Do not underestimate the reasons that you are here. Do not underestimate the purpose. Do not underestimate the effect you can have on the people around you. Now, we could be forgiven in this day and age when I look at what's happening in the world, and the world is so lost, it's so broken. The meaning of love thy neighbour. You have someone like J.D. Vance. Oh well, but that means. I'm not going to go into what I think of that man, but he is a great example of a Chino, a Christian in name only because it serves him a political purpose. Or if he genuinely believes he's a Christian, he's missing the point of what Christianity is all about. It's not about money, it's not about power, it's not about position. Sure, some people pray to God for those things, and then when they get there, oh, I've got power, I've got money, I've got position. What next? Do I feel any better as a person? There's something missing. I feel empty. More power. I need more. So I'll push for that. And do you know what? There is one thing that people can do. One thing that the Lord told Moses in the commandments, love thy neighbour. One of the things that Jesus said, love thy neighbour. And that's not popping next door to see if old Gladys is okay because her cat's been mewing outside and the papers are piling up, so she very well might be dead because she's in her mid-80s. That's not what loving thy neighbour is about. It's not about next door. It's about a way of life that you choose to live every single day of your life. That you try and do something good. You try and be a better person. You try and be nice to everyone you meet. And that's incredibly hard. Really easy to say, yeah, I'm a Christian. I love my neighbour. Really hard to do in practice because the world is full of insufferable jerks, in my opinion. And you know what? Those insufferable jerks sometimes walk away from me with that opinion of me, that I'm the insufferable jerk. And I have to say, I have been guilty about that. And what I try and do at the end of every day is just review the day. What happened? What happened today? What did I do to make the world better for other people, not me? How did I help other people? And there will be occasions where I look back at the interactions and think, I could have handled that so much better. Now that's what I strive to do. I want to be a better person. Now, by being a better person, I can achieve that by helping other people, by being nice to other people. And anybody that thinks they're better than anybody else is not a Christian. Anybody that gets pleasure out of seeing others suffer is not a Christian. So that's it. I got baptised. I needed to. And I'm going to try to be a better person every day for the rest of my life. And I'd ask that other people think about doing that too, because it is so rewarding.